Kind, kind sir, I would love some beer, but shortly after our telecast is over, I'm going to worship, and our pastor probably wouldn't like that too much. So I guess I'll refrain from drinking this morning.
But is he a Baptist?
You never know. You never know. So, sir, could you tell us your name?
My name is Martin Luther.
Martin Luther. And where is your journey taking you? Excuse me, where are you coming from? Maybe I'll ask you that first.
Don't confuse me. I'm coming from Wartburg, the Castle of Wartburg.
Well, that sounds like a nice place to live. What were you doing there?
Are you new in these parts?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got to tell you, what happened was myself and a few other people were not happy with the church because they were talking about works and they were talking about indulgences, selling people a place in heaven. And so I wrote this whole big thing, 95 theses of things they should do to change the church. Well, the Pope didn't like it. I don't know why.
What was wrong with him?
I'd made no more money.
Oh, yeah. Can't make the beer.
So, that's true. So anyhow, he made me come to a place called Worms. It is a place, not a thing, not things you eat. Worms. And the diet of worms, not a diet to lose weight. I know
I'm confused.
The diet of worms, it was a debate with his people and my people. And it was all about indulgences and salvation and knowing the grace of God in Jesus Christ.
I see.
The gift of heaven that is ours through Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Now, that got me into trouble because I burned his books. So after the diet, they said I was in trouble and they were going to get me. So my boss, the Elector of Saxony, abducted me and hid me in the Wartburg Castle. But now I'm going back.
Oh, you're going back, and where are you headed to?
I'm going to Wittenberg.
Wittenberg? What's in Wittenberg?
What is that?
It's a talking stick.
I could use one of those for the people who sit in the back.
We'll see if we can get you one.
Thank you. I'm going to Wittenberg, which is where my home church is, and where I teach. And I have to head back there. I'm coming out of hiding. I was hidden as Knight George. I was all made up in costumes and all, Knight George, so they would recognize me and kill me. But now I'm heading back to Wittenberg because I have to go back and straighten that place out.
Straighten it out. Is there something wrong there?
Chaos. The Schwarmer are there. The Schwarmer, they swarm all over the place. They're the Anabaptists, and they're cleaning out the churches, and they're wrecking the churches, and they're harming people, and it's just a mess. And I have to go back and try to straighten them out, and try to get back on the track of this justification by grace through faith.
Okay, I was going to ask how you're going to kind of straighten things out. So this idea of justification by grace through faith, can you tell us a little about that?
I'll make it simple for you. It simply means that God puts us where He wants us to be through His love and our trust in Jesus Christ.
That is a very simple and profound message.
I thought so too.
Well, thank you, kind sir. Thanks for spending a little time with us this morning.
You missed part of it.
Oh.
Wasn't that simple? No. Well, I have to tell you how I'm going to do it. Education. Education. You have to teach people that. And the way I'm going to do it is a small catechism, and many people don't know this. It was written for parents to use to teach their children. That's what I wrote it for. And every parent should read the small catechism and use it to teach their children.
Yes, indeed. Okay. Very good.
I must go.
Guten Tag.
I hate to go, but I must go.
Indeed.
Can I take that with me?
No, I need it this morning. Have another beer and enjoy your travels. Enjoy your travels. And Brenda, back to you there in the studio.
Carl, thanks for that great report. You know, that Luther guy sure is a charismatic. I wouldn't be surprised if many people follow his teachings someday.
That's right, Brenda. I'm here in Orange Park, and I'm over at Advent Lutheran Church, and I've been chatting here with Mr. Ken Johansson. Ken, I understand you're a Sunday school teacher here. How long have you been teaching at Advent?
Oh, about a year. In fact, we just had an interesting sequence on heresy in the early church and its challenge to its survival. We studied about Simon Magus trying to buy power from the disciples all the way up to the Nicene Creed and how that goes.
Wow, that sounds fascinating. The early church, that's pretty interesting. I was there not too long ago. So how long have you been teaching here at Advent?
Oh, it's just about a year, but it goes far beyond that. I've been involved in Christian education for about 4 years now. I've got a special focus in adult Christian education, which I think is very important. As Luther said, we've got to teach the young ones too, and the parents are responsible for that.
Wow, that's fascinating. So you've been involved in teaching the gospel for many years, not only here at Advent, but at other churches as well, I guess.
That's true. In Texas, we just moved there about a year ago from Texas.
Oh, that's great. Can you tell us a little bit about your experiences there?
Yeah, it's fun. We had a great group of people. I coordinated our adult forum there. And that was part of my abiding interest in adult Christian education.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So how long do you intend to continue teaching?
Well, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.
Well, there you have it. We have a gentleman here who's taught the gospel for many years and continues to do it, plans to continue doing it as long as the good Lord will allow him to do so. Thank you for spending some time with us this morning, Ken. Brenda, back to you.
All right, so we see that just as Mary Magdalene, St. Paul, and Luther were messengers spreading the gospel, even today we have modern messengers, our Sunday school teachers. But now back to our roving reporter there in Orange Park.
That's right, Brenda. I'm still here at Advent Lutheran Church, and I've had a couple of moments to speak with a few of our younger Sunday school attendees. Could you join us and tell us your name, please?
Dimitri. I'm Laura.
Dimitri and Laura. Okay, and you're regular attendees of Sunday school here at Advent?
Pretty regularly. Yes,
Oh, that's good. Why do you come?
because our parents make us.
So your parents make you. Well, how do you feel about that?
We should come. I like to sleep.
You like to sleep?
Yes.
I'll have to talk to your father about that. Well, how long have you been coming?
Since I was 2.
How about you?
As long as I can remember.
Long as I can you remember back to 2? Well, do you enjoy Sunday school?
Sure.
How about you, Dimitri? Do you enjoy Sunday school?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell us anything you might have learned in Sunday school? How about you, Laura?
Ask Dimitri.
It's early.
I learned about the 10 Commandments, parables, and Bible stories such as Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Oh, that's quite a story. You know, they ought to make a play or a musical about that. I bet that'd be great. So how do you apply things that you've learned in your Sunday school to your everyday life?
I try loving one another as much as I love myself.
How about you, Laura?
Can you ask Dimitri again?
Okay. Let me ask you one last question. You know, when you grow up, what do you think? Are you going to bring your children to Sunday school?
Sure. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Well, I think that's a noble thing. Well, there you have it. The spreading of the gospel goes on, and these young Sunday school attendees have been inspired by what they've heard here, and they certainly plan to continue coming to Sunday school and bring their children when they grow up. So thank you very much. Back to you.
Okay, Carl. Well, after all the people that you've talked to, do you think you could find anyone else there who can tell you of their journey in their own Christian faith?
Well, let me see. Oh, yes, I was talking to Mr. Klein here. I'm here with Mr.